So today we're speaking about attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. That basically became literal for me once, and I'm going to tell you this story. But your attitude is what people see first about you. That's what they see when you walk into your room, your attitude. And you really want to have a pleasant attitude because it speaks so much about you. And your attitude has the ability to open a lot of doors for you. So you always want to be mindful of your attitude. There's a saying that we say in Jamaica, you catch more flies with honey. So the sweeter you are, the nicer you are, chances are more good things will happen to you. So let me tell you a story. I have a speaking engagement to do in Connecticut. As a matter of fact, this was one of my first engagement that they're paying me $5,000 to do a keynote. So $5,000, I'm absolutely psyched. $5,000 for a keynote for an hour, I'm definitely there. Now normally I like traveling the night before my speaking engagement, so I get into town, I'm well rested in the morning, and I'm fine. But this time it so happened I was speaking the day before, and the speaking engagement that I had in Connecticut, the one that's paying me $5,000, wasn't until about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I decided, okay, I'll just fly the morning off very early and everything will be fine. Now I went to the airport at 6 o'clock. My flight was supposed to leave about 8 o'clock, I believe, so I got there 2 hours early. I was good. And my flight would land in New York, JFK, and I would take a car service up to Connecticut. So got to the airport and I'm flying Delta, and I generally do not like to fly Delta because from my experience, Delta has become an acronym for don't expect luggage to arrive, or delayed every day leaving through Atlanta. I don't like messing with Delta, but it was the only flight I could get to take me to New York. Got to the airport early enough, West Palm Beach, flying to New York. When I got there, there's a long line. Just this long line. It shouldn't have such a long line to be this early in the morning. Finally made my way to the counter, and the woman at the counter didn't even look at me, just typing, "What flight are you on?" Told her I'm on my way to JFK. "Your flight has been canceled. You need to pick up one of the black phones over there and speak to someone." Never looked at me. By now, I'm fuming. I'm livid. But immediately, my spirit said to me, "Kirk, take control of your attitude. We don't have bad days. We have either character building days or character revealing days, but we don't do bad days. So control your attitude and make this thing work for you." Got it. Calm myself down. I said to her, "Thank you very much." Not sarcastically, meant it. And I went to the phones. Now there was a series of phones, 4 on this side and 4 other phones on the other side, and they were all taken except one. The one that wasn't taken, there was an old woman next to the one that was empty that I was about to use, and she's on the phone and she is yelling. She looked like she was in her early thousands, and she is yelling, "I don't care what's going on. I need to get to see my grandkids. They're expecting me. I need to be on this damn flight." And she is going off. I was like, wow, that's some contrast. I picked up my phone. It rang and the woman came on. "Thank you for choosing Delta. This is Renee. How may I help you?" I said, "Hey Renee, how you doing?" She said, "I'm fantastic. How are you?" I said, "I'm fine, Renee. As a matter of fact, I'm on my way to New York and my flight was canceled. Before we even get into finding me another flight, would you mind telling me why the flight was canceled?" She said, "Well, let me check." And she checked. She said, "Well, they had some mechanical problems." I said, "Renee, whoever put in the order to cancel that flight, I want you to please find them and let them know that Kirk Nugent said thank you from the bottom of his heart, because Renee, you just got to trust me on this. You just got to trust me on this because you can't see me. I am far too fine to be on a flight that's having mechanical problems." She started laughing. I laughed. She said, "Okay, Mr. Nugent, let's see what we can do for you." Great, fantastic. She went in her computer, she started typing, and she said, "We don't have another flight that's going out to New York until 4 in the afternoon. It's leaving at 4. "Oh, Renee, really? Because I really need to get there. Is there anything else? I mean, look around, sure." She said, "Okay, let me put you on hold, Mr. Nugent." "Sure, no problem." The woman on the other end, next to me, oh my God, she's having a field day. "I'm trying to go to JFK. I'm not trying to go to LaGuardia. I did not book any flight for LaGuardia. I'm going to JFK. You need to put me on a damn flight to JFK." Renee came back. "Mr. Nugent, we have a flight that's going to LaGuardia Airport, and it's kind of filled right now. I'm trying to see if I can get you a seat on there. Would you mind holding?" "Renee, I'll hold forever. Do your best. That's all I ask. I'm not concerned. I know you're going to make it happen. I have confidence in you, Renee. I can feel it. Your spirit is resonating with mine. I can feel something good is going to happen for us. She started laughing again. Sure, Mr. Nugent, hold. A woman next to me. Okay, put me on the damn flight to LaGuardia. I guess I'm going to LaGuardia. I can't stand you. Oh my God, I can't stand you. Renee came back on. She said, well, Mr. Nugent, wow, I don't know. This flight is overbooked. Let me see. I said, Renee, don't worry about it. Take your time. If not, we'll work something else out. Now, bear in mind, this is the first time I'm getting $5,000 for the hour. I'm not trying to miss this flight, but I'm remaining calm. I'm letting my attitude with Renee be very receptive, very cordial, and very easy. I don't want to stress Renee out. I don't want Renee to think that I'm this idiot and she's not trying to get me on the flight. I want Renee to do everything in her power to get me on this flight. So I'm explaining to her that it's important that I get there, but Renee, at the same time, I have good confidence in you. I believe we can make this happen. So she said, well, would it be, she came back and she asked me, is it a major inconvenience for you to go to LaGuardia? No, as a matter of fact, I'm on my way to Connecticut, so it didn't matter if I go to JFK or LaGuardia, I'm going to have to get a car service to take me to Hartford, Connecticut. She said, okay, no problem. Well, let me see what I can do. And she went, did some more typing, found me the only seat that was left on that flight, put me on the flight, and said, Mr. Nugent, since you're going to Hartford, we have an arrangement, the car service is there, we'll give you this brochure, this coupon, or whatever it was, I forgot, a voucher, there it is. She'll give me a voucher, and I'll just present it to the car service, and they'll take me to Hartford for free on Delta. So I said, excellent, Renee, I really appreciate it, thank you, but before I go, she said, Mr. Nugent, you really need to catch your flight. I know, but before I go, people always call and they complain when things aren't done the way they wanted to do. Renee, you went above and beyond the call of duty. Would you mind getting your supervisor on the phone really quickly so I can just thank her for what you're doing? She said, sure, Mr. Nugent, hold on. Went, got the supervisor. The supervisor came on. I told the supervisor, listen, I have no idea who trained Renee, but I'm suspecting it was you. And I just want to tell you, you did a marvelous job. She went above and beyond the call of duty. Give that girl a promotion. I am definitely flying Delta. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm on my way. See you in New York. Hung up the phone. The woman next to me said, are you going to New York? Yes. She said, these idiots, I want to go on that JFK flight and they trying to put me on the LaGuardia flight and now they're telling me the LaGuardia is sold out and I'm going to be here until 4 o'clock. Are you here until 4 o'clock? I said, no, I'm actually on the LaGuardia flight. She said, but I gotta see my grandkids. How did you get on that flight when I was here before you? I'm Kirk Nugent, baby. I make it do what it don't. Oh, by the way, tell the grandkids Kirk Nugent said, what's up? I'm out. That was it. Attitude. My attitude changed everything because this woman next to me, she had an opportunity to be there, but because she was so miserable, she transferred that attitude to the person on the other end, and now they didn't want to do anything to help her. So always pay attention to your attitude. It's better to just woosah that moment, tai chi the moment, calm down whatever you got to do. Count to 90. Whatever you got to do, calm yourself down and remind yourself, we don't have bad days, baby. Only good things happen to me. Okay? Only good things happen to me. Keep saying that. I have character building days or character revealing days. And this is not going to make me reveal some bad side of character that I'm not trying to entertain. I can deal with this. I can cope with it. And you talk yourself into it. And before you know it, you're smooth sailing. You adjust. You're going with the flow. It will work out. Went to Connecticut, did a great show. They kept bringing me back. So if my attitude wasn't right, I would have missed that plane and it would have cost me my reputation and would have cost me maybe a lot more. So your attitude determines your altitude. Get ready to take off.